right. Make sure my stuff's right. Hold on. Let me know y'all can hear me. Okay. All right. Yep. I know y'all missed that sound. I miss all these sounds. Hold up. Let's go. All right. Enough of that. Hold it down with this. There we go. Oh yes. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. What is up, y'all? Hold on. Let me get right. I knew I had to set this right. I had to set this right. I had to make sure everything was right on the money. But let's hold on. I need my flaws real quick. I need to find this because this is important. This is super important right here. I need a drum roll. Hold on, where my drum roll at? I need to work on my song. This is crazy. I got a new computer and I still don't know what my sounds are. Okay, let's turn this down real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, the 100th episode. 100. I did it. Took me a minute. It took me a minute. All right, shut up with the cheers. Man, I remember like it was yesterday that you know that it was just I know I probably skipped over an anniversary. I'm like so preoccupied with it. I probably posted it somewhere, but yes, this is the 100th episode of Dissect the Dialogue. Now, for this episode, usually when you get to a 100 episode or 100 of anything, you usually got to do stuff big, do stuff very creative, pop out and come up with some crazy ideas. But I think with this one, I think I should do something that's kind of like really, really deep into the taboo that isn't really talked about. I think so. And I need to start doing giveaways. I've been, like I said, I'm working out. Y'all gotta forgive me. I've tried my best to give y'all everything I can, which I do. I know I've been slacking a little bit, but I appreciate those that stick around since day one. So, so I'll get to the petty stuff, whatever, and like break down everything. But this beef, man. What's going on with this beef, man? Between Mr. Duckworth and Mr. Graham. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all should look them up. But those guys, man, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, as a person that grew up loving the genre and culture of hip hop, I one part of me is like, it's cool to see it go back to its roots. That's one thing. I also like to see that people are appreciating listening to lyrics again, which is also interesting because we were at a point where people weren't even paying attention to what people were saying in songs. It was almost just about like vibes and how it makes people feel. People weren't even paying attention to what people were saying, and that's even though the vibes were always a thing. It's good to see it being brought back as well as lyrical content as well. So now that I got that out of the way, I mean, I'll say this. At this point in my life, I'm 27, I see everything. I don't want to say everything's fake. I don't want to say everything is just nonsense. 'Cause I know we all gotta live our lives and just experience it one drop at a time. So I'm not going to just say, oh, it's just meaningless in this. But, people like to enjoy fun. People like to escape. So I give it to them. It's kind of like when we watch movies and watch reality TV and things like that. People want to escape from their miserable lives and get some sense of amusement or enjoyment. Sound like I'm in an Al-Anon meeting. But anyway, let's get to the nitty gritty. So, I mean, they're throwing shots back and forth, I guess, blah, blah, blah. But The thing that really confused me about it was why is everybody talking about it all of a sudden? Like I don't even watch the news because I think it's like full of crap. But I'm just scrolling by CNN one day, and of course it was people like me that was on there trying to dissect it on CNN. I'm like, when has rap ever became a thing? I hate to, you got to pardon my ignorance a little bit. When has Caucasians ever cared about what goes on in our communities unless we getting shot or killed? To be honest, because they're not gonna post us on the news unless we doing some criminal activity or we dying like flies. So when I saw this pop up, something tells me something crazy, something bigger is happening, and we don't even know because we're so blinded by the whole rap beef and all that. We're so blinded by it. And then as soon as I saw all these different rappers coming in, I was like, oh, okay, this is all scripted. WWE. I was about to say WWF, about to show my age. But that type of crap, that's just being exploited. That's basically what it is. But then I'm just scrolling by. So recently, as far as like the Boeing airline crisis, let's say another whistleblower passed away. They said he was a healthy 45-year-old who battled a sudden severe infection. That title alone already is sketchy. But I'm going to continue. A Boeing whistleblower was warned about manufacturing defects in the 737 MAX line and plane before being fired in 2023. Died on Tuesday. See this article posted on May 2nd. So, yeah. After contracting a fast spreading infection, Joshua Dean, 45, reported having trouble breathing a little more than 2 weeks ago and was taken to the hospital where he developed pneumonia and the antibiotic resistant infection called MRSA, leading to his death. The mechanical engineer and former quality auditor at Boeing supplier Spring Aerosystems, which makes the fuselages of the belligerent 737 MAX, was in good health and was known for living a healthy lifestyle prior to his illness, his aunt told the Times. Now, for those, I probably butchered that word, uh, belligerent, belligerent, whatever it is. But for those that don't know, so there's like a documentary about the Boeing scandal about basically the former whistleblowers that worked there. They were noticing that there were some errors going on with their airplanes. Oxygen masks were not working as they should be. Certain parts of the plane were defecting. It was causing planes to kind of spontaneously crash, combust. Basically, making the travel experience not safe. And I find it funny, no one's really talking about it. It's not really being mentioned a lot. But the reason why it's not being mentioned a lot is because stuff like this rap beef is masking this all. So I ask this question: is this all a distraction? Now, for everybody knows about uh, people connecting sporting events to the Roman circus. I think Bill Cooper, author of damn, why am I forgetting the name? Behold a Pale Horse. I got to get that on a hard copy. Basically, just going exploring all the stuff about AIDS and aliens and different wars and different diseases and all that. One of his interviews, he mentioned how people, the powers that be, use sports to pretty much keep, in his words, the idiots preoccupied because if they noticed that things weren't going well with the world, things was acting funny, they would do these sporting events. They'll have these random, you know, commotions with celebrities, get them to start beefing. Uh, just all this meaningless stuff, just to keep people at bay, keep them, busy with meaningless stuff, keep them entertained. That was the purpose of like coliseums, where everybody would come and like watch people basically get killed for their own amusement. Fast forward with wrestling, football, basketball, baseball. I know people love soccer. I know people love tennis, but that's all. Even though it seems entertaining, it's just all things to keep people, you know, preoccupied. That's basically what it is. To keep them away from seeing and hearing stuff like this. And me personally, as someone that, I don't want to say was forced to partake in the sports, but I don't see sports as I thought I did as a kid. As a kid, you think, oh, this is like, important and you think it means something. But then when you get older, it doesn't. And, your favorite team or your favorite player winning in the prestigious award doesn't really help you when you're, weeks past on your rent and getting ready to get thrown out the street. Hate to sound cynical, but it doesn't really, really do much. Uh, but but let's get into the nitty gritty of this now. This is a really interesting topic because it really makes you think about, is it safe to go anywhere? Are they restricting us from travel? Are they restricting us from traveling anywhere? Because there's been a thing I remember recently. They had all these celebrities that were talking about they were going to these different places. They're getting their passports to go out the country. Then it makes you think like when they film these. This is when I knew, they were restricting travel in a sense when COVID happened. And when people were in one breath talking about stay in close proximity, don't get infected, and we looking like idiots wearing masks, like that was going to solve anything. Then in the next breath, you're seeing these same people still filming, still, close proximity like this, doing, intimate scenes in close proximity, but in the same breath, you know, stay away from, people. Keep 6 feet. What did I? Oh, there was like some video where it was like some person like, don't touch your face or don't touch this, don't touch that. And then like literally after they said it, they was touching all over. So I was like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. And just like with this Boeing situation, it doesn't make any sense. Because why all of a sudden? Because Boeing is like it's like the holy grail, like airplanes and all that. All these celebrities got private planes and private jets. They can go anywhere, but all of a sudden, just like wildfires in California, they just left them right, just burning everything down, destroying everything. So I just found out that was very interesting. And why did rap? When did rap ever became a discussion that became mainstream? I think that right there kind of confused me at times because I've never noticed people that even care about stuff like this. Like it, there's all like, especially now because people have been saying that rap has been making a decline and all this. So why all of a sudden it's such a big topic now with rap people? Why is it all of a sudden a big deal? Like I don't even think I really. I mean, again, if I was younger, I'd probably be so digested into it. I'd probably be so invested into what's going on, who to root for. But now I'm at a point where it's like it doesn't mean nothing. It's just to me, I think it's just like I said, it's just another way to keep people hidden from what's really going on, and I still believe that because I've never in a million years ever expected rap beef to be a topic of discussion on CNN, and CNN will find anything to make out of news. Even when the solar eclipse happened, I thought that was a distraction. Why was the solar eclipse even a big deal? That had nothing to do with anything. It's just a shadow being casted between the sun and the sun. Why'd I say the moon? That's a little close. Just a shadow being casted over the sun. It was like 5 minutes. It was just like society just had a quick, pardon my language, like a quick nut and just what else? Wow, it got dark at 1 something in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon or something, and people blew it up for no reason. But it was all to keep people busy over frivolous stuff that doesn't mean anything because the stuff that's being hidden from us. It's just being played right under our noses. And that's what I think was going on. Why is this not being talked about? Who's getting in contact, with their families? I always find it funny, like when people randomly just die like flies, that they may get in touch with like a few members of their family, maybe like, and it's always people that's like way older, like damn near to the point where they're sick themselves or ready to die. Hate to say it. Like they always talk to the elder that's about to die. They say like, "Oh, I never." Plus, and this is just a theory. I think they go to those people, those older relatives, to kind of say some stuff to them because they're. I mean, if they're a certain age, they're probably senile and delirious, don't even know what's going on. Every time they close their eyes and go to sleep, it's like they're seconds away from going to the great beyond or whatever. But so they always use them to kind of say something to the ear, just go with it because nobody knows what happened to these people. They all say they just. I think one person said it was like suicide, and another person got infected, and the other person was healthy, but he caught an infection. Like it doesn't even make any sense. It's just random stuff. Like they know what they're doing. They know who to talk to. They know who to get inside their heads. They know exactly what's going on. And the problem is we don't know because we're so worried about which team we're going to go for in the playoffs or which celebrity. Case in point, even the Met Gala, all these things, all these events that I mentioned were all things that was hidden under our noses. Everything was just swept under the rug because all these events came the way. I always made a joke that um, February, my birthday month, February, because a lot of events happen at that time, and the fact that it's the shortest month, that I think it would be the easiest month to let certain stuff get in the way because nobody's going to pay attention anyway because they're going to be so focused on Super Bowl, Grammys. Uh, Sometimes Oscars come. I think sometimes Oscars be coming in March. Sometimes, like as a recent, but there at one point in time, I don't know where it is, but at one point in time, there was like at least 4 or 5 major events that was happening in the same month, and I noticed that so when certain things happen at a particular month or a certain time, that's when the powers that be can slide whatever they got to slide, sweep it under the rug, and then go about it from there. But yeah, that is. I always thought that was like a sick thing to do. Like, how do you just convince people to get involved in these frivolous activities, these stuff that means nothing, and then you know just go about your business? But what happened to the whistleblowers? What were they saying? What did they have on them that? Because usually when someone wants you dead, you usually gotta have something that's I mean, if you have something that they could use, I mean, it's one thing that it's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna say you're gonna do this, yeah, you'll tell it to the people, they're probably not gonna believe you, things like that, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know you got that going on, but I think with this is and was something that they knew that this is gonna be bad. I think they knew it was gonna open up a can of worms that they didn't even expect to blow up in this proportion. I don't think they even expected it. I know for a fact they were shocked at some of the stuff they were gonna pop up and say. I can feel it. I can feel it because it's no other way that they knew that they was gonna expose some stuff because they were talking about how, like I said, oxygen mask was not functioning. Uh, Something going on with the engine. They were tampering with the engines. They were messing with all these things. But man, See, even right here, like I said, it marked the latest in a slew of high-profile missteps involving Boeing planes in 2024, ranging from lost wheels and engine failures to door plugs blowing out after takeoff. You can't tell me they weren't doing this for a reason. Why would they be tampering with the airlines? I think because I mean, for those that's my U.S. listeners, I know I got listeners from few that listen every once in a while. From all those guys, America is not the country that we grew up thinking it was. I mean, we knew it was full of shit as far as like their morals and principles, but the way how I grew up and seeing how it is now, it's nothing like that now. We're down there becoming. It's like how people uh have like no money, don't really have like a lot of money in their pocket, don't really save a lot, always spending, but they always have like the designer clothes and everything's flashy. They always have, the most expensive stuff, but they always have like little to no money in their pocket, always saying it's broke. That's what America is right now. It's like we look good. We look good to the other world. We look like we're functioning. We look like we're this, that, and the third. We look like we know what we're doing. But the fact is, homelessness is at an all-time high. Rent is skyrocketing. Um, we're still in trillions, tens of no, scratch that. No, like tens of trillions of dollars in debt to China. You know, it's 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 a clusterfuck. I'll say that. I'll keep it at that. That's the only way I can describe it as that. I think where we're at right now, the way the politics is going, kind of know elections is coming up. I mean, I don't even think even electing certain officials in office is gonna save this. Now, I'm not necessarily a religious person, but I do think that we do need a reset of some sort. Like some people gotta, you know, take the fall, take a dive, using sport analogies, take a dive of some sort because this is not the world I expect it to be functioning. Like everybody's kind of losing themselves in a sense. But it's dope that being in the age of Aquarius, all this is coming to light. Because if we were still whatever age before this was, I think we would still be kind of stuck. I think we would still be, chasing, our tails, trying to find out what's going on. Why is the world doing this? Why I have a job that won't bump me up in pay, but the rent is. It's like they expect, these landlords, like they expect you to make three times the rent when they don't even make that where they stay at. So it's like silly. It's like everybody's just one upping one another. Everybody's, you know, just sizing up one another, pimping the next man. That's what makes what America is. Uncle Sam. That's basically what Uncle Sam is. It's just a big old pimp. I mean, look at if you ever seen Uncle Sam pictures, just look at how they're dressed. You got the top hat, got like a cape, little cape, uh, got the finger pointing. I don't know if he has jewelry, but if he did have jewelry, that would be insane if he had jewelry. I say so. It would be hilarious if he had jewelry. But yeah, that's all I got so far, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all sticking with me. Again, I did it 100 episodes. I mean, I'll see what happens when uh, I get to another 100. I mean, I don't know how that's gonna be. Might do something bigger than what it is. Like I said, I'm a hardworking guy, you guys. Like I said, the thing I told you about with rice that I was doing, I actually found out that they were going to do that video segment in like the fall semester, so or coming in August. So I got that going. Um, I got a few stuff coming soon. I'm still doing my writing, and I got a few other stuff going to do. So yeah, I'm doing certain. I'm constantly working, but I'm trying my best to make sure this is consistent. I know I have a fan base as well as Spotify and all that. So I'm doing a lot, man. I'm doing a lot of many different things right now, but I'm trying to make sure that I maintain some sort of stability. If that makes sense. Maintain some stability. Maintain some. Keep the ball rolling in a sense. But yeah, that's all I got so far. Like I said, well, that's all I got for now. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Apple, Spotify, I don't know the rest. X, I'm everywhere. So appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.